in a polar, bring a heat like solar down south to your mouth on the grind like a molar. Big bankroller, you can't compete, you said union on the beat, we the soul controller. Had to thank y'all, take y'all to another level higher, inspire to be the best, so fresh. Number one supplier with desire to spit fire, VS in the flesh. Blue skies fall when them doves cry.
The key thing is just to begin, really, just to begin, and to keep going at it and trying things out. And I think that is what makes me different to you know, a lot of the clients that I work with, is that I've given up this notion that there is a goal to arrive at, or you know, that there's this final place that you're going to create this perfect website that will never ever need changing, or you'll have a marketing campaign that will remain, you know, the same for ad infinitum. It just doesn't exist. So for example, I mean, we can take something very simple, like we've got 12 months in a year. So you know, as we go through the different seasons, your marketing could actually adjust itself to the different festivals that happen. So you might have a marketing campaign that is relevant for what's happening in spring. Then you might have another marketing campaign that's what's relevant in summer, autumn, and then Christmas time. So that's constantly always changing. So that's the whole thing, is if you get into the understanding that the key thing is just to begin. That's the first step, is just to begin. Then if you get a knockback, that's okay. That's natural. You know, all major companies have all experienced knockbacks. Everyone experiences knockbacks. There's not one internet marketer on this planet that has not received some form of knockback where they've tried something and it hasn't worked. But the key thing is that what's the internet marketers that become really successful at what they're are doing, the reason that they become successful is because they allow themselves the space to make as many mistakes as possible. And really, I know you might think, but you know, how can I allow myself to make mistakes? Because it's not, unless you begin and you keep trying, how do you know how to improve things? Really, you know, you might just have this flash. You might think before, when you start, and this is a common thing that happens when I speak with clients, is that they have, okay, and I want to write articles and I want to create videos and I want to do all these different things, but maybe the most powerful thing that you could do is to find a thing that you enjoy most and just to focus on that one thing and to do it really well, and to do it so well that it becomes effortless for you. And that could be actually a more powerful way to share your work than to feel that you've got to scatter your energy, or to feel overwhelmed that you've got to learn so many different things. And that's just not really how it is. So you keep hearing me keep saying, just begin. So one of the things that I suggest is, you know, when you're feeling stuck and you say, well, I don't know how to begin, just get a notepad, like I said before, get a pencil out, and just go inside, take a deep breath, and just allow to see what comes through. I mean, this is what happens to me when I'm working even on clients' work. You know, I ask for guidance to come through, to guide me as to what might be the best thing. And a lot of my work actually involves listening. You know, listening to that quiet space, listening to the images that stream through upon my mind's eye, listening to you know, the subtle vibrations, the energetic movements that are kind of a message as to which direction to move forward in. So, okay, so let me just recap very quickly. So yesterday's video was about creating a clear vision, okay? And today it's all about just beginning. You know, don't allow the hurdles to get in the way. It's you know, yesterday I spoke about planting a seed, and it is really just that. You're basically learning and understanding and finding your way. And when you find your way, you know, when you find your way, it will just feel really comfortable and it'll feel really easy, it'll feel really effortless. But how do you get there? You can only get there by beginning. So so you might not have access to computer. You might be watching this video in the library. You might be watching this on somebody else's computer, and you're saying, Edgar, well, I do want to create a website. What can I do? I don't have a computer. Then just begin by jotting down some ideas. Begin by getting your ideas down on somewhere. Even if it's in a small little notepad. Just the key thing is to jot down the ideas and let those ideas grow, because that's where everything begins. This begins with the ideas. The other thing I'd like to suggest, if you feel stuck, so for example, you might not understand how to set up a YouTube channel. You might not know how to, where's the best place to, to submit your articles. You might not be familiar with using Twitter, or you might not really understand fully how, what are the best ways to find the right keywords for your website to be found. Or you might be really stuck about getting more visitors to your site. So my suggestion would be is just to ask the question. This is a space. There's no, if you've got that hurdle of, oh, I don't know how to do it, I don't know what, what's the best way. Well, here's a solution. Just write the question down in the comment box, and I'll quickly answer, or at least add a link where I can lead you in the right direction. I mean, that's what has helped me. I think my secret to success. Well, I would say there's two. It's the support of my family, my wife Esther, and also being always open to learning. And that is the key thing. So when look at your work in promoting your work through the internet as an ongoing project, as you grow, your marketing will grow as well and expand. So there's no limit. Don't let the thought of having the project completed before you can actually begin. So that's like the key message is to begin. So I'd just like to pause just for a moment and to actually say a prayer for everyone here. I would like to wish all holistic practitioners the courage, the trust, and the self-appreciation to trust that they will be moved and guided in the right direction, that all the answers that they're seeking is there within them, and all that they need is just to allow that inner voice to speak through. This is the whole message that I'm wishing to share with holistic practitioners, that marketing can be done in a spiritual way. It can be done in a heart-centered way, in an authentic way, and the most important thing, if the key thing to being a successful at spiritual marketing is to make sure that what you're doing is connected with your inner self. And that's why with everything that you do, so for example, if you're really stuck for beginning, you might not, you might say, well, Edgar, I just don't even know how to begin. Even though I watched your video and you've inspired me, I don't know what to do. Then my suggestion would be just to sit quietly and just do your own prayer in whatever tradition that is right for you, and just ask for the higher beings to give you a sign as to how you can begin. Let spirit guide you. But the key thing is definitely just beginning. Every day I'm planting seeds. Every day I know that as long as I keep moving that energy, that harvest, I will be collecting my harvest. So I really hope that this video has inspired you to begin. So thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'm really happy to be sharing this information with you. Thanks very much. Take care.
than a polar. Bring a heat like solar down south to your mouth on the grind like a molar. Big bankroller, you can't compete. Cassell Union on the beat, we the soul controller. Had to thank y'all, take y'all to another level higher. Inspire to be the best, so fresh. #1 supplier with desire to spit fire. VS in the flesh.
Blue skies fall when them doves cry.